Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to 2025. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. And now, let's get back to the video.
J-Lo sacrificed chickens for Santeria rituals. Oh, Johnny Noah married Lopez in February of 1997. When they were desperate to save their marriage, he visited an LA home of a Santeria guru with J-Lo. This is what he was saying. Noah said, quote, "We participated together in sacrifices of chickens and hens, and in one occasion, I was present when they were cleansing Jennifer with the hen. The hen's was poured over Jennifer until she was covered in it," Noah said. "Then she was bathed in holy water to wash away and herbs were passed over her body. Meanwhile, the godmother was asking the gods to cleanse Jennifer and save our marriage," he said. Noah testified that Lopez, quote, "was doing voodoo when we weren't married. She was doing bad things to a lot of people when we were friends. And I knew all this time because we did personally, me and her, to this particular lady." Noah added that Lopez did voodoo and, quote, "all this religious bull," unquote, to former lovers, including Sean Puffy Combs. She's been accused of doing voodoo on her ex-boyfriends, dude. Ben Affleck, Sean Diddy Combs, this Ojani guy.
It would make sense because they all look drained and miserable, like they've had the life sucked out of them.
Yeah, you gotta be careful when it comes to witches. Just be careful. You never know who might be one.
Reese Witherspoon. I did the video on my other account, but I'm going to do it on this one too. You ever just sit down and wonder how she got so famous so quick within the industry? This is her daddy, Dr. John D. Witherspoon, otolaryngologist, Nashville, Tennessee. Mama was a nurse, Betty Reese. This too is John Witherspoon, Dr. John Witherspoon, a founding father of the United States and one of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence. Again, for reference, her father. They could be clones. They could be brothers. Cousins. Reese Witherspoon celebrates lookalike daughter Ava's 25th birthday. Love you with all my heart. Reese is actually her mother, Betty's maiden name. She is a claimed descendant of John Witherspoon. And like I said on the other video, you know, there's this wacky conspiracy theory that when they clone them, they have to raise them.
And this day and age, clones, yeah, that's inevitable.
Do you guys remember when everybody said there was going to be a war in the sky on December 3rd between UFOs and the military and other UFOs?
It's very true.
I have a thought on that. So obviously today is December 15th and December 3rd has long passed and nothing has happened. But there is all these drones that are showing up on the East Coast and nobody knows who the fuck is manning them or where they came from. Now here's my thought. Stick with me for a second. Before the Gregorian calendar, we were on the Julian calendar. But we switched to the Gregorian calendar in 1582 because the Julian calendar was too long. It was causing a shift in days, one day every 128 years. So if we never switched to the Gregorian calendar and we were still on the Julian calendar, today's date would only be December 2nd. What if tomorrow, December 16th, is actually the December 3rd that's supposed to be the war in the sky?
Yeah, another one predicting a date. I wouldn't put too much stock in that.
I came across a holiday, and it's the craziest holiday that I've ever heard of. This festival is called the Clashel, and it's a 200-year-old festival.
Okay, what is it?
The men on this island, they would go whale hunting for months. And when they came back, they started this festival. The whole point of it is to show the women that the men are back in charge. They dress up in sheepskin and feathered costumes, and then when the sun goes down, the young men, they go and hunt for the women.
Ooh, scary.
And when they catch them, they beat them.
Beat him up?
Yes.
What?
Wait, what?
Why?
This is horrible.
To show that they're back in charge.
I know now. I know. Are they voluntarily doing
real?
this?
Yes. They catch the women, and then they spank them in the buttocks with a cow horn, and that's the festival. They've gotten so much flack,
Yeah.
they banned it. Here's the funny part. The women of this island came together, and they protest. They said, it's our tradition.
We need
So
it.
tonight, they are...
Some
spanking
ladies,
the cow
some
horn.
German ladies are getting spanked.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a cool kind of festival. I just hope they don't go all out, though.
In 2004, a group of police officers were exploring part of the Paris catacombs restricted from public access when they uncovered some very strange things. First, they found a PA system playing pre-recorded guard dog barking. The officers also found a bar, living room area, workshop, lounge, and even a cinema with a room to seat 20. A cinema seat 20 people. Shockingly, the cinema seats had been carved into the stone of the catacombs. So people wanted carving. But the creepiest part of all, though, was that they discovered cameras on the ceilings recording them. Like when they found this place.
Oh my god, so the guy knew that they found him out. Oh my god.
And then a few days later, the police squad went back to the area with a larger team to investigate further. However, everything they discovered from the phone lines to the Paris Catacombs cinema had vanished. There's only a note that remained, and the note said, "Don't search."
So the catacombs of Paris are obviously interesting, if not downright disturbing. Like this disturbing statue you can find down there called the Passer Through the Walls. Why do they make this? And while the main tunnel where they bury people is just over a mile long, the tunnels actually go on for a whopping 180 miles. So it's no wonder why terrible incidences happen down there, like when a 19-year-old girl got lost down in there in 2005 and wasn't found until 2007. Not alive though. And also, if you haven't watched the movie As Above, So Below, it's about the Paris Catacombs. It's really good. They kind of accidentally go to hell kind of, and they're like, oh no, oopsie daisies, how do we get out? But it's really good. Go watch that movie and follow for more.
I would not go down those catacombs, at least not alone.
The Matrix is failing. The Matrix is failing. The Matrix of control is failing. You see it. Meta is down. Trying to get rid of TikTok. Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, they're down. TikTok is not going anywhere. It's too big to fail. Remember whenever C-19 was going on and they said, oh, these businesses are too big to fail. We got to funnel your tax dollars into these big businesses. And now all of a sudden a CEO is unalived on the street. And we know more about Luigi Mangione than we do Weinstein, Epstein Island, and Diddy. Where's those lists? Where's the damn lists at? We've been talking about open the shipping containers for a while. That got silenced real quick. That's not coming across my feed anymore. We've got drones from a mothership launched from Iran, but yet we're not doing anything. That's not a security risk, is it? TikTok is a security risk here, folks. We had a congressional just not too long ago about aliens living in the sea. Well, if they're there and they've been there longer than we have, who are the aliens? They're not aliens. Mothership over the Atlantic near New Jersey, and we're just doing nothing about it. The Matrix is falling.
As long as there is awake people, the Matrix will always fail.
This is why we are not shooting them motherfuckers down. I think I may have just figured out why we are not shooting down these drones or these UFOs flying all over the country. This is a document from the CIA's website, cia.gov, and what it details is an incident in 1994 where a Siberian military unit shot down a UFO. 5 humanoid creatures came out of this shot down UFO and came at the soldiers, but they came at them in a very special way. It is stated in the testimonies of the 2 soldiers who remained alive that after freeing themselves from the debris, the aliens came together and then merged into a single object that acquired a spherical shape. That object began to buzz and hiss sharply and then became brilliant white. In a few seconds, the spheres grew much brighter and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles. And not just any stone poles, no ma'am, they turned into limestone poles. And let me say this, you can see at the very top of this report right here that the U.S. intelligence obtained a 250-page file on the attack by a UFO on a military unit. And then a CIA representative stated that if the CIA file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions.
I don't shoot down any of these crafts, man. If you're unlucky, you will be turned into stone.
As if the drone story couldn't get any crazier, now we have clear video of one of these drones chasing an airplane. See, the government can't hide anything from us anymore. Everything in this about these plasmoids and these angels are all in Ezekiel chapter 10. But I want to ask y'all a different question. Can you believe that we're now finding out that they've been hiding things in the sky, hiding plasmoids or angels for 77 years? Wonder what their plan is to hide it when they start revealing themselves.
So the drones are coming from the inside of the ocean.
Babe, look. Babe, look. It's right there. And right there. And right there.
Breaking news. It's now confirmed. The drones originated from our oceans. Last Thursday, a sheriff from Ocean County, New Jersey, reported to state police, the FBI, and the U.S. Coast Guard that she witnessed 50 drones flying from the ocean toward the mainland. The flight path crossed the navigational channel at Island Beach State Park.
Advised after we made contact with that officer that there were 50 that came off the ocean.
50?
50. That was my reaction also. There were 50 that were coming off the ocean.
The sheriff, a sworn officer, is considered a highly credible witness. In response, the Ocean County Sheriff's Office immediately deployed its own industrial-grade drone to track one of the 50 drones reportedly emerging from the sea. However, what happened next was unusual. The mysterious drones emitted no heat signature, unlike typical drones, and quickly evaded pursuit. Later, Coast Guard officials reported that 13 drones, each with an 8-foot wingspan, had tailed one of their vessels. These SUV-sized, unidentified flying objects have been hovering over New Jersey skies since November 18th, causing growing alarm among local residents. Explanations for these drones vary. Some speculate they could be foreign in origin, sent by adversaries. However, last Friday, both the White House and the Pentagon dismissed this theory, stating there was nothing to worry about and suggesting people might be overreacting. Yet, the confirmation that these drones originated from the sea has gone unanswered by the federal
with
government.
the one world Tartarians. TikTok, this is for entertainment purpose only. Fiction legends. Recent mud floods. And here you got the proofs. You see this? A whole house, just the roof, is left uncovered. In this picture here, where are all the people? Why there's no people here, man? Just buildings. Because they just performed a reset. That's why. Was underground. Half of the building. Why all the half floor of first floors? Right here. Because of the mud flood. Civilization's 200 feet below the sea. This is crazy. Underwater lion city of Kiando Lake. China's Atlantis. Ruins of Cleopatra's palace. Alexandria, Egypt. Whole ass Pharaoh statue underwater. So some Yu-Gi-Oh type Millennium Stone shit. Whole ass pyramid. Mayan style pyramid here. That is crazy, bro. Insane.
Are they lying to us about the history of our world?
Check this out, y'all. Around any of these areas, okay? There's North America, South America, Africa, India, Russia, China. Okay, so very similar to this map. North America, South America, Africa, India, China, Russia. Okay? Only thing different, Australia. There is no Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606. Right. So that's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out and this is on the bottom, right? What's this? There's no ice on it. And guess what? Antarctica hadn't been discovered yet. Antarctica was discovered in 1820.
Somebody explain that though, me.
Oh, look, there's an alligator. Here's a camel. Warm weather animals. So, you want to explain to me, first thing, what the hell is this? All this land. And second thing, what frozen?
Stay weird, y'all.
1887 and 1892.
That would be Antarctica in the summer.
Are you kidding me?
No, over a year old. We can make something look ripe. We could pick it green in Argentina or even locally, and then throw a gas called ethylene oxide on it, and it'll look like it's ripe. There is no mold, there is no fungus, there are no bacteria. They are perfect. Now, if a mold or bacteria isn't interested in eating those things, why in the world would we put them in our mouth?
Just be careful what you put into your temple. Just because they look good doesn't mean that they're right.
American people have no idea, really no idea, about the immensity of the threat in space. And I've made this comment in a classified setting, that I wish the American people could be present in this room, not this room, but the skiff, because our adversaries know what they are doing. We know what they are doing. They know we know what they are doing. But the American people have no idea. But if they were privy to what we hear, and you know it much better than we do because you live it, I think they'd be pretty alarmed. This is not by way of criticism of you, because you're living with the strictures of what is classified and not, but I think we have a real obligation to explain to the American people why space is a domain that matters, why the threats there are real and urgent, why they are growing in importance. So I think we all agree here that space is an important domain. Undersea warfare is an important domain.
Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody knows. They know. I know. You know. Why not just come out with it? Just tell it to the people, the ones that don't know.
How to become one of the ruling elite. Step 1. Offer your soul to a dark cosmic entity such as the Hungering One, the Black Star, or Molbach the Devastator. Step 2. Obtain power via unscrupulous business practices, political corruption, military conquests, or a combination of the three. Step 3. Manipulate, oppress, disenfranchise, and brainwash the masses for your personal gain. Step 4. Offer the souls of the masses to your entity of choice. Step 5. Lose any semblance of your humanity, becoming a soulless ghoul. Step 6. Create media and propaganda that portray your faction as the morally superior one while vilifying your critics. Step 7. Collaborate with other power-hungry abominations. The world is now in your grasp.
Let me tell you about some maps dating back from the 1500s from all over the world. All these different cartographers all over the world. So Europe,
Asia.
No, yeah, for real. They all depicted at the North Pole, there's these 4 islands that are equally spaced apart, and in the center was a magnetic mountain. But then you think of like Admiral Byrd, who was the guy that explored Antarctica and said that there's something here. Admiral Byrd went to the North Pole too, and he actually said that he flew into the Earth. There's an opening at the top of the world where you could fly into the Earth.
Shut up.
And this dude's a decorated admiral.
Yeah.
He said the U.S. needs to be prepared because what he discovered in Antarctica, they have craft that can fly from the south to the North Pole within minutes.
It sounds like a UFO.
Yeah, that's pretty.
One of the
pretty
maps said
intense.
that the rivers that pass through these islands, they said are 33 miles wide, and they only freeze for 3 months out of the year.
Real deal is you can't pass through there whenever you want. You have to know the exact dates when this ice is gone. Otherwise, you can't get through. And if you're not ready to meet giants or the master, I suggest you should not even try.
Has anyone been feeling like something really big is about to happen in our world? Well, if you have, you're not alone. Multiple people have come forward stating that they feel like something really big is going to happen in the future in a positive way. Alongside this feeling, they've also stated that they've been feeling more calm, more at peace, kinder, and they've noticed this from others as well. Now, I really believe this has something to do with the scripture. In Joel chapter 2, verse 28, it talks about how the Lord will pour out his spirit on the world at the end of days. And as we get closer to that time and see biblical prophecies unfolding right before our eyes, God's spirit, which brings joy, peace, and all the things people have been experiencing, will get closer as well. On the contrary, if you've been experiencing very negative emotions or have had a bad year in general, that may be a sign that you're going through spiritual warfare, and now would be a great time going into 2025 to start building your relationship with Christ. Doesn't have to be much. You can simply start by doing small prayers or researching specific Bible verses pertaining to your situation, But I encourage you to begin anywhere whenever you can so that you can experience that peace and joy that others are feeling as well.
What's really going on at the Vatican this week? Because if you're like me, you've seen some wild conspiracies with this event going on right now. They're currently opening these holy doors and some people saying portals, and given the Vatican's history, you know, like the audience hall being shaped like a serpent, and just the history in general of this place, the event taking place right now is very significant. So the Pope is opening 5 holy doors, each on different days, and some reputable sources are actually calling them portals just because of the spiritual significance that they carry. The thing is, this only happens every 25 years, marking what's called the Year of Jubilee. But this year is different. For the first time in history, a 5th door is being opened, and this is what really is causing the pot to stir. So these are the names and dates of each door that is being opened, and the one that's never been opened before is the second one, the prison in Rome, and by the time I'm making this video, it already happened. But the holy doors represent a spiritual passage and commitment to follow Jesus, and they're going to remain open throughout the year. Pilgrims from around the world will visit Rome to pass through these doors as a symbol of renewal and grace. This ritual in general just gives some people an eerie feeling, and there's a lot of conspiracies going around. Some people think these doors are more than just doors, maybe gateways, but I'm curious to know what you guys think about this.
Every time you open a door, especially in a ritual, trust me, you're gonna be sorry. That's all I can say. So if they open this door, just run. And by the way, I did not consent to them opening the door and letting something through. Just for the record.
Fenómeno, una nube negra en pleno cielo azul a la mañanita. Increíble. Una nube extraña. Observen. Todo está azul y una nube extraña mire, patrón, esa nube. ¿Qué será, no? Una nube extraña bajita sobre el mar. ¿De qué se trata? No se sabe.